Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today's video is going to be a very entertaining one because I'm bringing first-time special guest Trent Jez onto the channel. He is one of my friends, and he is a beatdown player who is ranked top 17 in the entire world with his very own custom-made Golem deck. I don't want to say too much more about the deck. I want to let the matches speak for themselves, but let's just say there's going to be a lot of 3 crowns. So Jez wants to be known as the villain of Clash Royale, if that tells you a bit more about himself. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. So all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's get right into the matches. Alright guys, so I have my friend Trent playing on top ladder right now with his very own custom-made Golem beatdown deck. I don't want to say too much about this deck because I would like to once more let the game speak for themselves. Let's just say there's going to be a lot of insanity going on today, and we see a graveyard. I know I just said it's going to be a Golem deck, but we're going to see a graveyard in the first 30 seconds of this match. Skele King ability in tow as well, and that's going to be a ton of skeletons on the board, but actually very easily controlled by the Mega Knight. And now Trent has a bit of a conundrum that he is in because I'm not sure how he's actually going to stop this counter push. He has a Skele King out of cycle, that's going to be his main tank. Wall breakers behind the Mega Knight as well, arrows for the wall breakers, and sacking the entire Mega Knight zaps the bats. So this is going to be insane. He's going to lose almost all of his entire tower. Skele King does come down, and the opponent is super low on elixir. Trent could maybe go graveyard right now, actually. Oh no, ability does come down instead, going to pretty much clear that bandit, but Zap comes down as well. The opponent does not have the Cannoneer. He has the Princess Tower, which is actually going to help quite a lot against this kind of swarmy, spammy deck. But look at the elixir deficit, guys. Jez is literally up 4 elixir. So a little bit more context. He is a top player, sort of. I mean, he does have pretty good finishes with Golem in general in Clash Royale. He is like a TikToker. I don't know if he's still a TikToker or not. I think he still might be, but he used to be very famous, or infamous even, in the Clash Royale scene for being kind of toxic, kind of hilarious. I believe he actually is going to commit to making YouTube videos soon, so for those of you who are wondering, I will be linking his YouTube channel in the description below. Feel free to check it out if you'd like to support Trent on his content creation journey and see some of these games from his own POV, of course. I just wanted to get him on the channel because he's one of my friends and I spectate him from time to time. And honestly, I just have so much fun watching him. Like, I always just laugh and just have a great time. So I hope I can kind of impart that feeling onto you guys today. You know, we just have a chill video where we watch a hilarious beatdown deck at top ladder, just making people mad, being very toxic, and just overall hilarious shenanigans going down. So hopefully that's what I can achieve with today's video. We're going to have a mix of live gameplay and top ladder replays from his top 20 ladder push against some players who are the best players in the world, by the way. Like, he's not just getting this by a fluke. Oh, Evo Skeles going on to the King Tower. Oh my god, that is actually pretty much going to be a good game, guys. He lost his entire tower very early on, but he's actually going to straight up take the King Tower in the counter push. That's going to be a 3 crown for the first match of the video. Absolute insanity. What did I tell you guys? Be braced for this video. Alright guys, Jez is into a match against ES777 Beta JD. I came into this game a bit late. He already lost his tower in the first 30 seconds, dude. And he has a pump on the board, though. You already know what this means. He lost his tower, and he has a massive elixir lead. So he's most likely going to either lose the entire game or 3 crown the opponent right here, right now. I have no idea which one it's going to be. Let's find out. The opponent goes for an MK in the left, so he's going to ignore this Golem entirely. Looks like he's going to try and maybe 3 crown Trent. Trent's deck is, I guess, there's no point hiding it anymore. You saw the entire deck in the last match. It is going to be Golem Graveyard, one of the most hilarious decks I've ever seen. He made it himself using the newly released Evo Zap as well as the Evo Skeletons. Night Witch to boot as well. Night Witch behind a Golem, as you can see, is very frustrating for people to deal with. Trent, I believe he has arrows in this deck, so probably going to have to arrows off that Firecracker. Yes, he does. Ignoring this entire Mega Knight Bandit push, actually just going for the late Evo Skeles. I really like that play because he's using a lot of tower damage as a resource here. Night Witch behind the Golem, that might just be a good game already, guys. Honestly, like, I think the game is over, to be honest. How does the opponent stop this without a Firecracker because it got arrows off? Yeah, that is it. The opponent's attempt to 3 crown Trent failed, and now Trent's going to deliver it in amazing glory back, just 3 crowning the opponent right now. Opponent is so mad, saying thanks, BMing, but Trent just does not care at all. He's going to take yet another 3 crown. I can't believe what we're seeing, guys. It's been less than 5 minutes, and we already have 2 wins, both of which were 3 crowns. It's hilarious. Into our next match against Kamui, and this is going to be more up to speed with the meta Goblin Drill scene. Goblin Drill, one of the most broken archetypes in the entire game right now, because they did give it a very random buff. It also synergizes super well with the Evo Bomber and the Evo Wallbreakers, both of which are some of the best cards in the entire game right now, bar none. Opponent has the Bowler, the Evo Zap, Jez has his own Evo Zap, Evo Skeles. I believe there are some variations to this deck, guys, that Trent has. I think it always runs Pump. It's like Golem, Pump, Graveyard. I think sometimes it doesn't even run the Graveyard. I think he just like switches it up based on what he's feeling. It's actually just really hilarious, and he also plays with the Cannoneer, of course. But yeah, we're just going to be seeing what he can do here. Drill does come down not on the Pump, so just Skeletons to... Skeleton's Arrow is actually a pretty decent play. I think the opponent went for a pre-log, so that's actually a big positive trade for Trent. We might just straight up see a Golem in the back right now. I wouldn't know. We just see a Zap, actually. So just cycling. I think that's fair. Now we might see a Golem. No, we're going to see a second Pump. I do kind of want to see the strategy behind Trent's plays. You know, it is a hilarious deck where he's just going to be doing some really insane things, but there is obviously strategy involved because not anyone can just get top 20 of the entire world. Obviously, there is some kind of element of tactical decision making involved in this process. So now he has amassed a crazy elixir lead. Looks like the opponent's going to drill on the Pump. Yeah, because he's down way too much. He can't just let it go. And Trent's going to ignore this entire bowler pretty much, let it lock onto the tower in favor of protecting that Pump. So you guys can see a big trend here. Number one, using tower damage as a resource. Number two, compounding your elixir leads. And so usually that involves taking some damage to make sure you protect your Pump. So he didn't care about the bowler tower damage. He went Skele King specifically on the drill to protect his elixir Pump. And now ability in the right, Golem Night Witch in the left. Evo Zapped comes down as well. Look at that Evo Zap, guys. Beautiful sound effect as well. Arrows too. And this is going to be devastation right now. I don't really see if the opponent can stop this. Actually, he did stop it pretty well, to be honest. But the elixir does still speak for itself. And oh my god, still even more damage coming down. The opponent does have the Cannoneer. Whoa, that Bomber's basically going to take the entire tower, actually. So much damage and value coming in. Evo Bomber. Night Witch comes down late. Very nice defense by Trent. Honestly, he does have a pretty cheap deck, considering it's literally Golem. This one isn't going to be Graveyard. He looks like he subbed out the Graveyard for a Bomber, I think. I think that's what he didn't have last time. But considering it's like a very heavy deck, like Golem, he has a lot of cheap cards. You know, he has a Skeles, Bomber, Zap. So, pretty interesting. Gonna have a huge counter push to deal with, though. I think he's gonna have to Skele King here. Yeah, he will. Bomber will take care of the drill. And I think just barely Trent is gonna survive by the skin of his teeth. Yes, he is. And that's gonna be another win against a very annoying drill spam deck. So, actually, pretty impressive win right there. No real 3-crown spam overwhelm. The first non-3-crown game we've had of the video. But that was just kind of a classic Pump collection game. Alright guys, Trent into the next match against Arhani. Evo Zap Guards, not sure what deck this is going to be, but you can see the meta kind of has a trend right now. It's just all sorts of Goblin Drill spam and like just ridiculous annoying decks. Mainly Goblin Drill spam and like Minor Poison. I guess those are by far the most common as we see yet another Goblin Drill deck. So honestly, I hope this video is also entertaining to you guys because it's just a bit of something different. It's like a breath of fresh air, you know? I know some people might really hate this because it's so toxic and funny, but at the same time, you have to admit it is something very different. You know, it's not like anything we've really seen. There's that one very toxic E-Golem Pump deck that this deck's kind of similar to, I guess, but I would say that is a lot more brain dead than this one because that's literally just spam, Evo Bat, spam Evo Skeles. This one is similar, I guess, but it's Golem. Like, I think E-Golem is a lot easier to play than Golem, honestly. It literally just is. It's cheaper. You get free elixir up front. You play a 7 elixir value E-Golem for only 3. You can just overwhelm people, so I think it's honestly kind of annoying. So I do think this is a breath of fresh air that's welcome, and that's why I think it's pretty funny. Pre-arrows come down. I think he was predicting guards right there, but unfortunately does not get it down, and that's going to cost him quite a bit because now we have a massive counter push he has to deal with this drill plus LP. Bomber will do a great job, though, and so this time he doesn't have the Graveyard. Evo Bomber, though, that's going to be a double bounce. Oh, no. And another 2 bounces on top. Oh, only another 1, but that's still 3 bounces overall. Evo Bomber, again, such a stupid card, guys. Trent going with the ability, and forcing out an Evo Zap is huge because the opponent probably could have taken the entire tower with the drill plus Evo Zap push right there. So I think forcing out the Evo Zap on defense is very nice, but that said, Trent is still down 2,000. Then again, you guys know this person by now. He is now no stranger to being down like 2,000, 3,000 damage, even an entire tower, and coming back. So let's see what he can do right now. Drill comes down, just Bomber, nice +2 trade. Will pretty much full counter. He'll take a bit of damage, but for a +2 trade, that's definitely worth it. Again, tower damage is a resource. It's a very important fundamental, not only for Golem decks, but in general in this game, but especially in Beatdown, it does apply. Evo Zap comes down very nicely to put in work on the Dark Prince and the LP. LP is actually going to die with Evo Zap plus Arrow, so I guess that kills an LP, guys. And dual lane pressure right now by Trent, And opponent's getting overwhelmed. Oh my god, because he has the Cannoneer. He does not have good splash control, and looks like Trent has just completely overwhelmed him, completely lapped him in this game. Evo Skele is going crazy. That's straight up good game. There's nothing the opponent can do. Trent took a lot of damage at the start, but he kind of just bode his time, or bid his time, I don't know, but took his time basically and compounded a massive elixir lead. Alright guys, we got some live games. Now I want to show you guys the replays that got Trent top 20 in the world. As you can see, first match is against Dominic Loves Akaza, who is Doom, one of the best LavaLoon players and one of the best beatdown players overall in the entire game. If this is the real Doom, I'm pretty sure it is, because he's like very high on ladder, and I think this might just be one of his other accounts. But he has like many top 1 finishes, I'm pretty sure. He's played in CRL, so he's a very talented player. I'm also friends with him. I think he's a really cool guy. So let's see how Trent was able to deal with this. I'm very interested in some of these replays because Doom is playing LavaHound. Again, he's one of the best lava players in the world. Trent literally does not have air in this deck. Like, he only has Night Witch as air. Night Witch, Arrows, and Evo Zap, I believe, are his only air cards. It looks like this variant is going to have the Evo Barbs, guys. So, as I said, Trent does have a fair amount of variants with his deck. Looks like this one's going to have Evo Barbs. Actually, this one doesn't have the Evo Zap. It has the Rage Arrow, so very interesting. I guess Evo Barbs and Evo Skeles, if I'm not mistaken. One good thing, though, the opponent Doom here does not have a big spell, so the pump's just going to get a lot of value because Doom can't really do much against it. And Doom does have the Evo Zap, so it looks like Trent specifically chose to take out the Evo Zap and put in the Rage. Skele drags Loon coming down in the left. That is going to be probably just an Arrows, I guess. Yeah, Skele King behind. Skeles as well, and then just probably Arrows and everything. Yep. Insane, guys. He's going to lose his entire tower pretty much, but he's going to take the opponent Doom's entire tower here as well. And he might even just 3-crown him right now because Rage comes down. How can Doom stop this? Zap? That's not enough. He needs to Arrows as well. He needs to Arrows because the Night Witch bats otherwise are just too overwhelming. Bombers instead. I think that might be a mistake. Well, he can Arrows now. Actually, I think he's fine if he gets Arrows down in time. Yeah, he is fine. But a lot of King Tower damage coming in. Oh my god. That is quite a significant amount. And Trent looks like it's far too late to go for a pump. I think he's just going to go for a straight up Golem push again. Yeah, he is. Oh my god, guys. Golem right there. Knowing actually that Doom did not have his Barbs in cycle. So that was a good play by Trent. Actual elixir and card cycle counting usage by a beatdown player, guys. So Evo Zap as well on defense force that. You never want to do that. Look at that. So much elixir spent on just a raw Golem played. And just Arrows. Trent is literally just trying to get back to another Golem, I think, and just take the 3-crown, but this is going to be insane. Now, Doom, the momentum is all in Doom's favor now. He has a massive counter push coming down. Barbs come down, predicting a Golem does not work out, unfortunately, for Doom, and so this is going to be pretty bad. Now the Golem's going to kite, and he's going to just try and go for the 3-crown race. I have a feeling he's going to lose his tower. Goes Arrows, ignoring the entire side of his. Golem is getting closer. It's going to explode on the King Tower. That's going to be GG. Those Golem eyes are going to take it. That was a super close game, but Trent is going to take it. Just good decision making, sacking the entire side and just going all in. Guys, we have the next one against Codigo. We have 2 ones against Codigo, actually. Codigo, another top player. As you can see, he's number 4 in the entire world right now. Has a top 5 GT, top 20 ladder finish. Pretty sure he's also played in CRL before. So, and a big content creator. Again, he has that content creator badge. So, very good player right now. We have no lack of amazing players that Trent has beat, which is just hilarious if you ask me. But yeah, we're getting into this one. Trent going back to the Zap version. I guess the deck I'll share with you guys is probably going to be the Evo Zap Golem Graveyard one. But again, all these variations are a thing, so take note of those. The opponent here, Codigo, going for a giant minions push. Just goes for the Arrows, does Trent, and then probably going to follow up with... Let's see, he's going to ignore it. Wow, I was going to say maybe a Skele King to DPS, but he's going to ignore the entire thing. That's actually really funny. Like, again, sometimes, guys, when I'm just, like, tired at night, or I'm just, like, kind of, like, maybe in not the best mood, or I just really want to chill and relax, I just watch Trent Jez, literally, and his gameplay is so entertaining, and I literally just laugh, and it's so funny, especially when the opponents get so mad, and they start BMing all the time, because this deck is kind of known to be very toxic by a lot of people, and again, as I said in the intro, Trent does want to be known as the villain of Clash Royale, so he's really no stranger to these kinds of situations. Arrows comes down, and this actually might be tower down. Well, the opponent does go for the Arrows, but Skele King ability is in full force. Actually, though, those archers are going to put in a lot of work. I love archers, one of my favorite cards in the game, but actually still overwhelming. Wow, that is so much damage. I thought the archers would have that unlocked. To be fair, they still did. You know, the opponent Codigo did not lose his entire tower by any means, so he's very much still in this game. Trent just not caring at all, literally just going for a random pump when his tower's below 400. But now he's forced to care and defend this because, oh my god, guys, he's going to lose his tower, though, to a Naked Graveyard. Yeah, he's going to lose. Oh my god, he went Skele's Night Witch, and Naked Graveyard still takes a tower. This is the one downside of Cannoneer. It loses to Graveyard in any kind of swarm, really. So Arrows comes down for the minions, and Jez does have his Evo Zap in cycle. Skele's spawn as well, but this is actually a really bad spot now. Hold up. He's going to have to come back big time because he's down an entire tower. Codigo can probably take his second tower. He can probably go like Giant Graveyard the Pocket right now. Oh, he's going to go Giant Graveyard the King, or just Giant the King. Oh, but terrible minions going right into that Evo Zap. Evo Skele's getting an insane positive trade, and now this is looking like trouble for Codigo now. Momentum completely shifting in Trent's favor because he has a dual lane push coming down. We can get the Arrow Zap to kill those Evo Archers. Very nice spell combination to take those out. I don't see how Codigo's stopping this. Yeah, he is not. He's just going to go for the full all-in push. Now Trent forced to defend. He can basically ignore the entire top side of the map. If Trent does defend this huge push, he's going to win the game. So he is actually looking like he's going to defend. That's a lot of damage coming down. He's actually, yeah, he's going to win, guys. He defended, just barely hung on by the skin of his teeth. And he's going to win, and that's going to be another 3 crown. Great defense, actually. You do have to know how to defend with this deck, even though you're going to sack a lot of damage. Obviously, you can't get 3 crown yourself, so another nice win. Alright guys, now we have a game against Sergio Ramos, the former CRL World Champion. As you can see, he has a top 6 GT, top 20-ish ladder finish, and he was, I think, the 2017 CRL World Champion, so insane player. And he has what looks to be a pretty good deck against Trent. I mean, he has M.K. Ram Rider. Granted, he doesn't have the best Golem DPS, but he has a poison, so any kind of shenanigans when it comes to spam and like swarming the opponent are not really going to apply here because Sergio Ramos can literally just go for a poison on defense as a last-minute bailout. Ram Rider to pressure. This time, Trent does not have the Evo Skele. He has a Goblin gang in here, so... Oh, never mind, he does have the Evo Skele. So, he literally just subs out stuff when he feels like it. It's kind of funny, I guess. This time, it looks like he took out the Graveyard for the Goblin gang. But Skele King ability on 1 HP. Ramos here does not have the Cannoneer, so does not really have to worry about it. Honestly, I can't tell which card is... Okay, actually, it's pretty obvious. Cannoneer is worse than Princess Tower against Trent's deck. Because Trent's deck is like a Golem beatdown deck, but it's not really like you overwhelm them with Golems. Like, you usually overwhelm them with the support troops behind the Golems, you know? The Skele King ability with full skeletons. The Evo Skeles, like, racking up and causing insane pushes. Poison comes down. I think that was a decent trade by Sergio, to be honest. He does activate the King Tower, but he gets to poison both pumps. So I guess that's good news for Jez. He's going to be up a bit of elixir now because that pump still has about 2 left in the tank. I think it's going to get 1 and then 1 more when it dies. So yeah, 1 and then 2. So he's up about 2 elixir right now. Let's see if he can get something down. Also does technically have the poison outcycled right now because Sergio Ramos just went for the poison. So let's see what kind of magic Trent can put together with this push. He's going to go like Skeleton King, Evo Skeles other lane. I have no idea. Split Evo Skeles. I predicted it, guys. I predicted it. Skele King, split Evo Skeles in the middle. And Evo Skele is going absolutely crazy in the left, assisted by that Evo Zap, it looks like. That's going to take the entire tower. And poison forced out on defense to not get 3 crowned right now. But meanwhile, other towers lost to the Skele King ability, and that's still a good game because Sergio Ramos just flew too close to the sun. He tried to get a huge, crazy defense going with some good offense too, but he just kind of fell short, and he's going to get 3 crowned. Oh my god. Absolute insanity against the former CRL World Champion. Alright guys, into next match against Steve, who's one of my friends. He's a very good player. He has a top 50 ladder and global tourney finish, and he's a pretty good, pretty consistent minor poison player, I believe. This time he's playing Drill Poison, which is, you know, pretty much the most broken deck in the entire meta right now. So Trent able to just casually beat these kind of decks like Drill, Spam, MK, Ram Rider, Poison, Giant Graveyard, all very meta decks. I guess MK Ram Rider is pretty rare. But Drill, this deck is one of the most broken decks in the entire game and very meta. So Bomber not looking good, might force an arrows, or actually no, Trent's a beatdown player. He's going to take those 2 bomber hits like a man, and now he might just pump up. He is going to be up elixir because the opponent here, Steve, does have to respond to this Skele King plus ability, probably log and then a bandit, and then Trent can just go for his pump. Level 14 bandit, interesting. Ooh, terrible bandit placement actually, because that's going to enable Trent to get 2 Skele King splashes, not what Sergio, or Steve rather, Sergio was the previous opponent, not what Steve wanted here. Just pumps does Trent, forcing out the poison, and Night Witch is probably going to get easily defended by this Tesla. Trent just zaps the Tesla to cycle, which I think is a pretty good play, because honestly, he is trying to get to his Evo Zap. You'll notice a lot of the game-winning pushes in the previous matches were with Evo Zaps coupled with the massive pushes. So Evo Zap, nothing to underestimate. It's definitely no slouch. And Naked Graveyard right now, again, you saw against Codigo, the Naked Graveyard took Trent's entire tower when he went Night Witch plus Skeles, so it does get, I don't know, maybe 1,000 or more damage there. I wasn't counting exactly, but that was quite a lot of damage. Drill plus Evo Skeles comes down. Trent will have to respond with his own... Oh no, he does a pretty good play actually. Cycles to his Evo Zap by going Evo Skeles on the Bandit. Unfortunately had to waste his Evo Zap because I know he wanted to use it on offense. But still, this is a huge... Speaking of offense, this is a huge opportunity right now. Poison forced out on defense. Probably will still get some Skele damage because Graveyard always gets damage through a poison. Yup, 2 hits, 3 hits. Forcing out the log with the... Graveyard, and still Skeletons overwhelming. That's going to be 3 Skeles 1v1ing Steve Skeletons himself, and that's going to take the tower down to 1,000. Look at that, guys. The power of Swarm against Cannoneer is insane, and that might be one of the reasons Trent's deck is actually working in the meta right now, because this is just a crazy Cannoneer meta. Like, Cannoneer is one of the most broken cards ever released. It's like a tower troop, but it's still super broken. One of the most broken things released, and the fact of the matter is it's pretty bad against Swarm. You've seen many times in today's video, so... Graveyard and General Swarms doing very well against this card. Those 3 Skeles got like 1,000 damage by themselves. So Zap comes down, Bat's gonna go crazy. That's still quite a lot of damage. And Steve is struggling because his deck is like a chip deck. He pretty much just wants to get good trades throughout the game and slowly chip the opponent out with these drills. But Trent is actually the one who's up like 3,000 right now at 2.5k actually, or just about 2k. But still, like, not what you'd expect. I'd expect this match would be reversed like we've seen in many other situations. Steve giving the sarcastic well played, I think, because he can't do anything. Look at that. He poisons the Graveyard, still takes 3 Skele hits to the face, and now Trent can just pretty much cycle spells. So Zap comes down. Evo Skeles, that's going to force a 3-crown. Yeah, Steve's going to give it up, or not 3-crown, just tower down. Pretty much it's over. Trent is BMing. GG's. Alright guys, even more replays for you. Right now we have one against So Tired, who is... Oh, his account was banned like the other day actually, so his profile's not showing up, but he's one of the best players, yeah, with 2.6 Hog Rider. As you can see on his badges in the banner over there, he has a top 200 ladder finish with 2.6. Honestly, very impressive. Like, I don't like 2.6 that much, especially with Expo. I think the matchup's kind of annoying, although Evo Archers do help. That's a bit of a tangent anyways. I do think it takes a lot of skill in this meta where... You know, everyone's using broken Evos. Meanwhile, 2.6 just uses Evo Skeles and Evo Ice Spirit. Like, Evo Skeles are broken, yes, but Evo Ice Spirit is like one of the worst, if not the worst Evos in the entire game right now. And Steve, or So Tired, sorry guys, I'm a bit tired myself, speaking of So Tired. Like, I just came back from a long day of classes at university. But forgive me for the minor mistakes, but we're against So Tired here, not Steve. So Tired going with the Hog pretty early on, getting a lot of damage to start this out. And easy cleanup with the Musketeer. Might even Hog to counterpush with the Musketeer. I'm not sure. Let's see if he does. He could. No, he won't. But Trent is just going to ignore the Musketeer and pump. Going to take 2 musky hits to the tower. Fireball forced out. That's still a +1 trade, by the way, guys, if you did not know. The pump is a +1 trade against every single spell, except, I believe, Log and Earthquake, that is. Yeah, Poison still a negative trade. Jez just going to go for the arrows and ignore this Hog. So much damage. This actually looks really bad for Trent, because if there's anything about 2.6 that I know, it's pretty good at defending Golem pushes. I mean, Trent doesn't even have a big spell in this deck, so I don't see how he's going to really kill a Musketeer. And Evo Ice Spirit is a pretty bad card, but it can be pretty clutch on defense. Evo Ice Spirit at the back, right there. Probably going to be responded to, because if it connects, it's going to get quite a lot of damage. No, it's just going to get ignored, actually, by Trent. Never mind, I forgot about the overpowered Cannoneer. Never mind about any kind of Evo. Just let it get one-shot by the busted Tower Troop. Whatever. But huge counterpush coming down for Trent. That said, I don't see how he'll break through. So Tired is a very good micro player, and he's going to be able to defend this most likely. Evo Zap comes down, going to do a lot of good work on the Musketeer. Not take it out entirely, but almost take it out. And then arrows come down to take that out. Bat's getting on the tower. Hold up. So Tired probably forced to fireball here. Yeah, if he doesn't fireball, I think he loses his tower, actually, guys. Or, he does have to fireball still. Yeah, fireball. Any time now? No, he's not. He's going to go for Hog instead. So he's going to elect to sack his entire tower and try and take Trent's tower. Gang comes down for 1 Hog hit. And actually, the entire tide of the match just turned, because now Trent is going to stack a pump there. I don't think So Tired wants to fireball that. I think he wants to take the left side tower, so he can't exactly do what he wants to do in this match. Yeah, Ice Golem, Evo Ice Spirit, Dual lane pressure by So Tired, pretty nice. Although Evo Ice Spirit, actually kind of sad. I was pretty hyped, I'm not going to lie, guys, to see the Evo Ice Spirit do work. But it's just going to get one-shot by the Cannoneer. Perfect rounding for So Tired there. The 85 damage is exactly how much the log does. So that is going to take the left side tower out. But dual pumps on the board is here for Trent right now, and I'm actually worried for So Tired. Like, there's a monster push on the horizon, guys. I don't know how it's going to be stopped. Golem probably coming down now. Night Witch is about to come down behind it with these 2 pumps supporting. Like, this honestly looks like it's over. I don't know if So Tired can stop this. Yeah, he's laughing, he's mad, he knows how much elixir he's down. Look at that Evo Bomber forcing so many responses out, because even one hit would be devastating to the tower. Normal Bomber in the pocket, plus the Evo Zap gonna kill the cannon, and kill the Musketeer with the help of that arrows. And now, all the spam coming down for Trent. Evo Skeles, though, for So Tired, probably gonna defend this entire thing. No, Zap is gonna get zapped off, and that might be a good game. Evo Bomber's there. Not good game yet, but probably good game on the next push. I think he's back to a Golem, yup. I just noticed he still has a pump in the left, guys. Look, So Tired, bleeding elixir right now, so desperate for elixir. Meanwhile, Trent's like, guess what? I have another 20 in the pocket, and he's resetting with yet another Golem. Like, this really looks bad for So Tired, honestly. I guess I did overestimate how good 2.6 could defend Trent's deck, because I thought, okay, on paper, you know, they have the cannon, the Musketeer, the fast cycle, like, they can probably easily defend everything, but nope. Massive overwhelm right now. And that's definitely going to be a good game. Yep, GG's pretty much. Golem on the tower. 3 crown even, potentially, and that's going to be a nice one. Again, So Tired, laughing from both sides. Trent gives the Night Witch kiss as BM. Alright, guys, and I have one more for you. I have this match against Issei. As you can see, he is number 6 in the entire world right now. Has a number 21 ladder finish, number 4 global tourney finish. One of the best P.E.K.K.A players of all time. And he's actually playing P.E.K.K.A right now, so this is going to be a very interesting game, because P.E.K.K.A on paper should be really good against Golem, right? Like, that's how it should work. You know, P.E.K.K.A 7 elixir, Golem 8 elixir, P.E.K.K.A 1v1s the Golem and kills it. So I really want to see how we beat Issei here, because again, Issei one of the best P.E.K.K.A players in the entire world, and Trent shared like 50,000 replays with me, so I kind of had to curate and specifically select the ones that I show you guys, but I felt this was a really good final one, because again, this is literally a top P.E.K.K.A player, and this is a very annoying matchup, so at least I feel like it should be. Granted, Issei does have the arrows and Evo Zap, not the poison, which does mean he can't really respond to the pump that well. Issei just cycles a P.E.K.K.A the back, and Trent's just like, well played, I'm going to Golem opposite lane. That might be the mistake that cost Issei the entire game, actually, because now he doesn't have a P.E.K.K.A in cycle for this Golem, but he does have a huge counter push that I don't know if Trent can stop. I guess he can go Barbs on the P.E.K.K.A. He'd probably go Skeles to distract the P.E.K.K.A, then Barbs. Yeah, that's what I would do here, exactly, so that's going to defend everything pretty well, and the left side, meanwhile, is looking pretty bad for Issei here, because Archer's going to get arrowed off, and there's like no response for these bats. Okay, great play going for the arrows plus minions, but that might still be tower down, to be honest. Yeah, oh my god, that is tower down, because Rage and 1 bat surviving, oh my goodness, that is just wow. So that is why I guess you don't cycle P.E.K.K.A. That was Issei's like nail in the coffin. That said, Trent still does have kind of an uphill battle to fight, because Issei has really good pressure in this deck, and he can probably take Trent's tower, so it's probably going to be a tower trade situation right now. We'll have to see what exactly happens. Evo Archer's forced out. Actually, wait, this is going to be really bad for Issei. Actually, I think he should be fine, because the King Tower's helping out, but still quite a lot of damage. Evo Archers were forced out. Actually, not too bad. I thought it would be worse than it was. At first, I was like, okay, Evo Archers will defend well. Then it was like, hold up, that's a lot of spam. Then it was like, actually, no, they will defend just fine. And Trent gonna ignore those, probably lose his tower there, or no, lose half his remaining HP. Still be alive right now. And let's see what he does here. Probably gonna sack, yeah. You see, a bad player right there, guys, would have gone Barbs on the Ghost, but Trent knew if he overcommitted to the Ghost, Issei would have punished him with that huge spam push in the left. So Trent just ignores the Ghost and elects to defend the left side instead. Evo Skeles come down, they're going to die. Oh, that could have been devastating if they got on tower. Speaking of getting on tower, though, the Skele King ability is going to get popped, and that is still going to be a big threat. Pretty well defended by Issei. This is actually really anyone's game right now, because I feel like both players have a lot of good pressure. That said, Trent does have the minor advantage of having this pump, which literally does give him an elixir advantage, actually, so that might be bigger than I think it is, because now he's up quite a lot of elixir. Issei is at 5. Trent going P.E.K.K.A, or Golem the pocket, P.E.K.K.A to match. Evo Barb's going to melt this P.E.K.K.A most likely. And Issei is in a lot of trouble, in a world of hurt right now. P.E.K.K.A's bleeding. P.E.K.K.A's getting melted by those evil barbs. And that's just good game, I think. Like, can he stop this, really? He probably can stop this, actually, but that is so much damage. Actually, no, he can't stop it. Never mind. Night Witch gets on, and that is an overwhelm. That is very well played by Trent against pretty much the best P.E.K.K.A player, or one of the best P.E.K.K.A players in the entire world. So that's about it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the matches again. Thank you so much to Trent for sharing all these replays and also letting me record live. I, again, have a lot of fun spectating this guy, so I just wanted to get a video out for you guys. Another fun special guest. Hope the video does well, because, again, top 20 in the world is no joke, and it's with a very entertaining, hilarious deck. Again, Trent is a pretty decent guy, actually. He's not, like, really a bad person, but people do say this deck is toxic, and they hate getting BM by Trent, so, you know, he has a bit of a reputation in the community, but it is what it is. So that's about it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.